After seeing these 30 details, you'll never hear these songs the same way again. You can find part 1 linked below in the description box. In Champagne Problems, the line 1 for the money, 2 for the show is part of a rhyme. The full version goes 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready and 4 to go, which basically means ready, set, go. But the narrator stops after the second line, because they weren't ready to move forward with marriage. That's why she say, I never was ready, so I watched you go. One detail I really love is the line, sometimes you just don't know the answer till someone's on their knees and asks you. It's interesting because when someone proposes, they usually get down on one knee, not knees. So in this case, he's on both knees, like he's begging. It shows his desperation, his helplessness. He's literally down on his knees in front of her. Oh my God, this woman should be paying for my therapy. In I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, Taylor sings, he said he'd love me all his life with pauses, almost like she's gasping for air. Like when you're trying to talk while crying? Just like that. Other artists, he was too introverted for my lifestyle. Taylor Swift. He was a hothouse flower to my outdoorsman. A hothouse flower is someone who's super delicate and soft, usually because they've been really sheltered. Everything Has Changed was written on a trampoline.
And decided to write again like a couple weeks later at my house in LA. He comes over and we're talking and I was like, do you want to see my trampoline? I just got one. So we're on a tennis court with a trampoline on top of it. I hadn't put the guitar down because I was so excited about showing him the trampoline. And I was like, by the way, do you like this pre-chorus? I just want to know you better know. And then we just started like writing the song that ended up being on the record.
Sparks Fly was actually first written when she was 16 and was only performed during some live shows in 2007. Fans asked for this song for a long time, and after reworking the lyrics and melody, it ended up on Speak Now. In both Evermore and Exile, if you listen closely at second 25, you can hear birds chirping. You can hear it, right? Both songs are collaborations with Bon Iver and come from the sister albums. So, coincidence? Maybe not. If you're loving these little details in Taylor's songs, drop a like and subscribe for more hidden gems. In Maroon, Taylor uses 8 different words to describe shades of red. Maroon, burgundy, wine, blood, scarlet, rust, lips, marks. So in Red, Taylor's version of course, she describes love as red. Then in Lover, especially in Daylight, she sees love differently, something golden. But in Midnights, with Maroon, she tells the story of how that love began and how it fell apart through the lens of denial. That love isn't golden anymore. It's not even red. It's something older, worn down. And remember when Taylor revealed that Maroon would be on the Midnights track list? She wore the red ring in that video.
All two pinks. Maroon.
Instead of the thin one she'd been wearing in the others. In Clean, the production mimics the sound of falling water drops. In You're Losing Me, the heartbeat in the song stops right when she says I can't find a pulse at minute 250. And fun fact, You're Losing Me has the right tempo for hands-only CPR. Albatrosses are considered the most loyal bird that's ever been studied. They mate for life and have one of the lowest divorce rates in the animal world. And I really love how Taylor plays with that idea, because albatrosses are also seen by sailors as bad omens. But she flips that concept. People see her as a bad omen, thinking she'll mess up his life and telling him to stay away. But in reality, if he let her, she will be there next to him forever. Taylor revealed in an interview that the lyrics to All You Had to Do Was Stay came to her after a dream she had about an ex.
I had a dream that my ex showed up at my door, knocked on the door, and I opened it up and I was about ready to launch into like the perfect thing to say. And instead, all that would come out of my mouth was that high-pitched chorus of people singing, stay! And then you're like, and then you go to say something else, and it's just like, stay, stay, stay. And I woke up, I was like, oh, that was mortifying. But that's kind of a cool vocal.
In Marjorie, Taylor included a real recording of her grandma singing opera. She said, my mom found a bunch of her old records of her singing opera, and I sent them to Aaron, and he added them to the song.
And he added them to the song, and
wow.
So it says, you know, if I didn't know better, I think you were singing to me now. And then you hear Marjorie actually sing, my grandmother.
And it's moments like that on the record that just make you feel like your whole heart is in this whole thing that you're doing.
Another fun fact that I love is that Taylor wrote Lover while she was in a relationship, which was originally going to be called Daylight. And then she wrote an album called Midnights where you can start to feel the end of a relationship. Also, in Daylight, Taylor says, "I want to be defined by the things that I love, not the things that haunt me in the middle of the night."
Things that haunt me in the middle of the night,
But that's exactly what Midnights is about. The nights when she can't sleep, a journey through terrors, sweet dreams, and facing demons. Oh my god, get off YouTube, I want to be alone. In Labyrinth, Taylor repeats "I'm falling in love" several times, but none of them sound the same. Each one has a different tone. Every "oh oh" or "oh no" hits you differently because they mean different things. For example, "oh oh, I'm falling in love," realization. "Oh no, I'm falling in love again," fear. "Oh, I'm falling in love," acceptance.
Wow!
In Closure, wait, before I tell you this fun fact. Stop skipping Closure! Okay, thank you. The song is mostly written in an unusual 5/4 time signature, which gives it a disorienting and uneasy feel. Taylor's voice is also processed through the Messina, a vocal modulator often used by Justin Vernon, adding a robotic texture that contrasts with the emotional lyrics. The idea is for the song to sound just as confusing as the feelings it's describing. Genius. In Back to December, she says, "And how you held me in your arms that September night, the first time you ever saw me cry." She's talking about September 13th, 2009, the night of the VMAs. She dropped a bunch of hints over the years that this one was for Taylor Lautner. Something she made very clear when he was featured in the "I Can See You" music video. The Story of Us was inspired by that awkward night at the CMT Music Awards. Well, the hidden message in the lyrics is actually CMT Music Awards. You can get the full story in the description box. Long Live was written for Taylor's band, and the CD artwork actually shows their arms with the initials of Speak Now. But Taylor said that this song will always make her think of her fans. The word winter is often used as a metaphor for hard times that eventually pass. But in Forever Winter, it feels like the hard part never ends. Like she's stuck in it. I love how Taylor says "sprinkler splashes" to describe the height of summer, and "fireplace ashes" to describe winter. It's a poetic way of measuring time through seasons. The rhythm at the beginning of So Long London is the same as the beginning of Call It What You Want.
All too pinks.
Our song was placed at the end of her debut album intentionally, because the last line of the song is "Play It Again."
Could play it again.
Taylor thought that would be a little nudge for fans to play the album all over again. And I love it, it works. I loved when Taylor dropped a new digital version of Thank You Amy with the capital letters KIM, and renamed it Thank You Amy with the capitals YE.
Good morning.
Breathe is actually about the end of a friendship, not a relationship. Taylor told co-writer Colby Calais this about the inspiration behind the song. "One of my best friends, I'm gonna have to not see anymore, and it's not gonna be part of what I do. It's the hardest thing to go through." The first 4 seconds of "But Daddy I Love Him" sound like the intro music to the Eras tour. In The Bridge of Down Bad, Taylor leaves the sentence hanging. She probably meant to say, "How dare you say that it's over," after everything she did for that person. Also, in New Romantics she says, "Please leave me stranded, it's so romantic." But in Down Bad, she sings, "How dare you think it's romantic, leaving me safe and stranded." The silence between the bridge and chorus in Say Don't Go, it's because she said "I love you" and he didn't say it back.
You say nothing back. Why'd you?
In No Body, No Crime, she says, "Good thing my daddy made me get a boating license when I was 15. And fun fact, Taylor lived by a lake during her teenage years. So, maybe?
No.
Never Grow Up was inspired by Taylor's own nostalgia and the anxiety of growing up. She got the idea for the song on her first night alone in her new apartment. I could talk about this forever, so if you love these details in Taylor's songs, you'll definitely want to check out the other fun facts I've shared in my other videos. Bye!